CREWCast. 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 Give it up for the CREWCast!
You ready, bro? Because we're on.
Are we on now?
Yeah, we're on.
Good evening.
Move.
Welcome back.
Why? Yeah, you saw awkward.
No, the chair was already
Pull
here.
it there. Yeah, there you go. Pull it in.
Because last
Pull
time I
it
was sat.
Oh, yo!
Sorry, it's my big ego.
Your ego just took out the gremlin. What do, man? Let's put it
We're actually on, yeah?
Put it on. So you might notice that,
This one's got whiskey in.
and that's not whiskey. They're Cokes. There's no. Stop. There's no. You never, in this household, put Coke in the whiskey. I slap you.
So apparently Lex thinks he's a man now because he doesn't drink. He took out the Coca-Cola.
Listen, agree or disagree. Putting Coca-Cola in whiskey or anything like that is like taking a gourmet steak and smashing it in ketchup. You deserve a slap.
Lex is downstairs got some supplements called Alpha Man.
Hey, hang on. Listen.
Are they for you or?
That's a My Protein supplement that is an all-encompassing male vitamin, which will help you become the best you can be. And on top of that, you can add code Lex Fitness.
There you go, My Protein.
to your My Protein benefits.
That wasn't planned.
So, yes, Lou is not here, but we have Mr. Mytchel of Thumbs, Mr. Mytchel Ram of the videos The Worst Pain, if you watch us on YouTube together.
Good
You will
evening.
be quite familiar with our gay banter, his thumbs, my screams of pain, and yeah,
Innuendos. Everyone's mentioning the innuendos.
the innuendos.
You know, I said...
In your endo.
What was it? I said, oh, like, you seen how he's loosened up now? Now I'm inside of it.
Yeah, you leave it out. You have been inside me. Yeah. And I wasn't mad about it.
It was all men here now, so...
It is a Saturday. We're on Saturday? We're on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
So the reason Lou isn't here is, unfortunately, Lou is having a sex change. So, you know, he's going to have some time away. But Louisa will be back soon enough.
He hasn't even got the whiskey yet, this guy.
No, he's off. He's chopping it off. He's too girthy. He couldn't swing
Although
it
we just
around
chat
anymore.
pure shit when it comes to this podcast.
I'm trying to get back to chatting the shit because we got a little bit too serious for a while. So we're on the whiskey again, boys and girls. This is our single malt Irish whiskey, and this is the Sexton, and it is a sexy ass bottle if you're watching on the YouTube or Spotify video. This is actually a really good one for Christmas gifts. It's the Sexton single malt if you want to Google search it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it is a good old Irish whiskey. So you have an ice cube in here. Yeah, I do as well. We shouldn't really because it's a single malt. But I'm going to join you in the same way, so that we have
Is
the
this
same
some beta
thing.
male shit? Like,
No, it's good. You can have the ice with the whiskies. It's fine. All it does is it will get smoother as you drink it, as the ice melts through it. It takes that fire out a little bit, but it does bring smokiness through. But this isn't really a smoky whiskey, so all it'll do is help it get smoother and smoother as you drink it. And then once you finish your ice, you can have another one without the ice, and your tongue will be ready for the manliness. So you can.
he's trying to say something here.
You can.
So guys, you want to buy it? Look at the link.
No, this is just one that we
Scream
picked
for
up
these
because
sponsors.
it looked cool.
Let's
I'm
give
only going to give you a little bit to try first.
Let's give this a taste.
Well, actually, it
Like
doesn't matter
glasses,
because
yeah.
if you don't finish it, I will. So it's all good. There you go. Have a man pour. So that is Sexton, and it is.
Lex, like, you gonna drink that?
Forgot
No,
to do
okay.
It, but it is a cheeky popper. Because listen. Ooh, it's a good one, and that's a nearly empty bottle as well. It's still a cheeky popper. That's how you know you've got a good quality bottle there. And cork. So yeah, that is an Irish single malt. So what we should taste on this one, if I can
Well, I
remember.
put a little bit of Coke in there.
No,
Yeah.
don't.
How much?
I swear. Pass me that one because that is mine to have
you go.
alongside, isn't it?
Or you can see Lexi take a sip and sip of Coke. Like,
Just you mixing it in
you
your
forget you're
mouth.
recording.
Okay, so the Sexton is. Let's have a little look. Does it tell us anything? No, it just says really cool stuff like. The precious elixir, the Sexton whiskey, is a smooth and flavourful single malt of intriguing complexity. It has a skull on the label. That's pretty much why I got it. And the bottle's really cool and black. So there we go. Sexton. So
So
we're going to leave that for just a
if it's
little...
leather, beard,
If it's,
anything in biking, or a
if
little bit
it's
of
got a
hot.
skull on it,
Yeah.
I will buy it. If it's leather and it's like a worn leather, I will buy it. If it's a skull with worn leather on it, I will give you the pants I am currently wearing and buy it. It's ridiculous. I don't know what it is.
Alpha man.
Just don't know what it is, dude. It's anything with skulls. I don't know. I'm just drawn to them of any kind. Bird skull, head, rings, all that. That's what I was meant to list loads of stuff and just.
Well, haven't you got plans though?
Ram skulls, a whole lot.
In the works to do with like a biker theme.
What?
Didn't you say you had some plans in the background of doing something with like?
Oh, clothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
so,
if you mentioned it or not, but yeah.
Yeah, Reckless. The brand
You wanted to do
clothes.
something,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Still.
We're gonna
I actually
just
have.
cheers first, or-
Yes, let's do it. I think you're good to go.
When's
Right,
this?
ready. So don't slug it. You're going to do a tiny little sip first, and then you're going to let that just roll back over your tongue, and you're not going to actively swallow it. You're just going to let it go down. Yeah.
I just was outside listening to this. B comes. Okay, ready.
Right, the little sip. Just
What,
a little
so-
sip. Just like this. Literally, this. Look. Let it roll over your tongue, and then just slide down your throat. Now pay me £10.
That's what you say. It's his innuendo. Slide all over your tongue.
Oh, over your
Let's
tongue.
slide down your throat.
Feel my fatty juice on your tongue. Right? So
Oh,
now
now,
you'll feel
yeah.
heat down the sides of your tongue.
Yeah.
You'll have a sweetness at the front, a little bit of spice over the centre, and heat down the sides. Yeah? Just
Yeah.
now,
On your tongue, yeah.
yeah, all on your tongue, because you've got this where your taste buds sit. So now, it's quite fiery, this one, but it's going to get less the
I
more
feel
you
it now. It's
drink
going
it.
down here.
Yeah, but no burn on your throat. Correct? Yeah, you see? No burn on your throat. So now, you're going to take a little bit of a bigger sip, but again, don't just glug it to the back. Smooth little swallow down. And now, what's funny about that? I didn't do anything.
I take it seriously,
I
man.
did no gayness. I didn't do anything gay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's in my mouth. Okay.
See, a second time, it gets a bit smoother, and it gets smoother and smoother. It's quite fire one. It's nice though.
Not for like doing.
You're not putting that coke in it. Just leave
See,
it.
I like whiskey. It is nice straight, but it is nice.
Every
to
now
go,
and again, you like to just
you know,
not go so straight.
just be a little bit.
You
Just
like to
bend the rules a
Mix it
little
up with a bit of black, a bit of black fizz.
Right.
Which way around is this cigar? I think it's this way. I haven't got you a cigar because I don't know if you smoke them or not.
So how long have you
no,
smoked
hold on.
cigars now?
About 2 years, I think.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Do you want to try it?
So
This is a really easy one. This. Don't inhale. You need smoke rings.
No.
Oh no, you need a bigger.
Whatever.
Give it a big toke. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the little smoke. Here you go.
proper douchebag.
So, but this is
No,
really
I
smooth and
just
easy.
made like about 7 years ago. I had some cigars and that, but I just stopped everything now. Oh, there you go.
Machine gun rings.
There's this cool stuff. I went
But
to,
how well, just before how uncool do I look doing it though? Because the only way you can do a smoke ring is to pull a face like a dying fish and do this.
No, but it-
No, so you look like a dying fish, but sound like a gorilla that wants to mate.
like we take out what we're actually doing and just listen to the audio.
This is
B's gonna walk in. And go,
it's
what's going on here?
It's not a good time.
No, but we went to Egypt, underwater, and he did the same thing. Well, what did he do? He just blew his hoops.
From one of the.
So when we're
what's that thing
snorkeling-
that they've got? The thing.
Shisha.
Shisha.
No,
Was
he
it
was
not that?
underwater.
Oh,
and he blew-
scuba.
He blew, yeah, and he blew.
Did you go
his-
scuba?
No, I went snorkeling.
Ah.
You needed some. What was it?
No, in Egypt, there's no rules. They don't give
Nah,
a
you
crap.
had to do some course or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and we said, oh, you just said, fuck that shit. They just rip you off.
Well,
You've been to Egypt, trust me, man.
yeah, it is a rip-off. Well, they try and rip you off everywhere. I hate bartering. Do you like... You having a bit of a... You're right there.
Me and KO did one.
Yeah, there, dear. Do you like bartering?
I like laughing at the fucking prices they give me.
Yeah.
2 Lilos
Yeah. To
said-
buy or rent?
to buy.
To buy,
I said, how much
right.
is Lilos for the pool?
Let me guess.
No, I haven't guessed.
He wanted £30 each. 60 quid.
Okay. 50 quid, he goes. And I went,
I wasn't far off.
I laughed. I said, no, I said, all right, I do you 30 quid. I said, that's expensive for 2 Lilos. He goes, okay. He tried to go 45.
Why did you go to 30? You should have gone 15.
I know, yeah. I said 30. Then he goes, 35 to now 30. And he just walked off. I walked off, and then he goes, I'll blow him up for you. I said, yeah, there's the money. 'Cause I went blowing him up. Not these lungs.
That was how you thought you won that bartering session.
Yeah.
You got
I got
sold.
that 50
You got
feet
sold £2.50 worth of Lilos, and a bloke blew it up for you. You paid 30 quid.
I come back here like this, all smiling at my Lilo. It's like, yeah.
He's behind you dancing, doing dick and mouth face, like.
They were good though.
Was it at least in the shape of some kind of flamingo?
No, it's just
bro.
No, it was a ring with like netting, and you just lie in it. It's
Oh,
really,
okay, so it wasn't a standard light though.
No, it's really chill to be fair.
Oh, 15 quid.
Egypt's
each
good,
for
but it
maybe
does
not so
humble
bad.
you. It really humbles you.
No, don't be pulled into the trap though, because they don't have the same outgoings we have here either. You have to remember that. So when you hear about what they're paid and things like that, and don't get me wrong, it is too little. But I say to them, because they all they hear from over here is, oh, the minimum wage here, or you get money from the government is like this amount of year, and the amount you get from the government here on a basic of like, I don't know, let's call it £12,000 a year or whatever. That to them is like 4 times their yearly wage, and they're like, wow. Oh no, maybe more.
It's not that though. It's more what they haven't got, we've got, but they don't realise they haven't got what we've got.
See, now you just made me sound like a
Yeah, I know.
twat.
That's what I was.
Yeah. Well, let me finish my point then, so I don't sound like such an ass.
Explain.
So they're all they hear from about Britain is, oh, Britain, good benefits. Literally, is what one of them said
That's
to
what
me.
they say to you.
Said to me, yeah. And I said, really? Where have you heard this? Oh, we know, this, that, and the other. I went, okay, cool. I said, yeah, we have some nice things, and obviously there's good things in England. There's nice things there. I said, but what do you pay for petrol, for a litre of petrol? He said, what? I said, litre of petrol, what do you pay? He said, I think he said 18p. I said, cool. Do you know how much we pay? He went, no. I said, £1.10 or 20 it was at the time.
Back then, yeah.
His face dropped to his arse. He was like, what? I went, yeah, that's what they don't tell you. So all these people who are trying to get you to go for England, for whatever reason they're trying to get you there, they're only giving you half truths about everything. So I said, it's as much as you think people earn this and everyone over is rich, I said, they're not. All these people are working hard to just get by at that level, but nobody's telling them that. Half truths of the world.
Yeah, we went over there about a few weeks ago. It's only it's £1 now per litre, or it's like 90p, something like that.
Over there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, but that's still like cheap as chips compared to here.
Really?
Yeah. But what's mad is like when you're.
No, it's not cheap as chips compared to here. We're 150. 153 today. Well, 163.
No, we're not
I
in
use
diesel.
Super.
If you diesel, I feel for you. It's like £1.79 or something like that, isn't it? Per litre.
What? Is it?
Diesel. What are you, diesel or petrol?
Petrol.
Yeah, diesel's still high.
Yeah, diesel's only going to get higher as well.
What?
Because it's an unsustainable fuel, isn't it? They don't want people using
Didn't it
it.
used to be cheap though? Wasn't it cheap?
Yeah, no, diesel used to be the same price as petrol. It used to be cheap at one point, but then it became the same price, but you would get further on diesel. So a tank of diesel would go many more miles than petrol. Okay. I want to say double, but I think that's a bit far-fetched. But it'd probably do 60-70% more.
So diesel get you further than petrol?
Yes.
In general?
As a general rule.
I didn't know that, to be fair. But yeah, over there, I think it's £1, but that's still cheap. But I don't know what.
That's like
different.
5 times what it was. But I think they used to pay like 25.
If you've been to like Hurghada, there's this road that goes to Luxor. It goes on for miles, and literally there's literally just right. There's picture this year. You're on like the Ep.84, okay, or more common road like the M1, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Big road.
Yeah. There's no traffic lights.
Oh, in Egypt you're on about?
It goes dark. Okay, so I get a similar road. It goes dark. There's a family of 5 on one motorbike, like the one you drive. Okay? The kids are squished up like this in the middle, and it's like there's like as the shopping, but it's not
on the handlebars.
Yeah, like they got at the back. The mum's like this.
Dude,
yeah?
the woman's holding the bags.
And then all you see, like I'm driving. No, sorry, the taxi driver's driving us to back home. He's going, oh, relax, man. Recline your seat. Go to sleep, man. It's a long drive. And then, like, literally, I sleep for a bit. I wake my eyes up, yeah. He's just doing this in the traffic. And I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? And basically, everyone flashes at each other. It's oncoming traffic. It's pitch black. They flash to tell you in front of you.
I'm here.
And it's just like, there's like, what did we see? There was like motorbikes. There was like a little small little motorbike at the front, the carriage thing. I don't know.
Oh, like a tuk-tuk.
Yeah. And then he's just like this between the traffic.
They're mad.
I'm there going, but fuck this. Like, I'm like, I can't sleep for shit with this. 4 hours on this road for ages, yeah. But like, it's just dodgy. But somehow everyone's fine.
Yeah.
Like, and it's weird because you get to different stop station where the police are. He gives them a piece of paper with our names on.
Oh, like toll, like
Yeah, but it's just
the
a piece,
barriers.
it's like a piece of A4 paper that's lined, ripped up our name on, give it to him. I'm just like, this is like how on earth are these?
Like they're at this hotel, they're going to be here at this time, kidnap them.
Yeah,
then.
but I could literally write Michael Jackson on a piece of paper and say, "Oh, this guy's coming into Luxor," and then just look at it and go, "It's okay."
I went there with a buddy of mine years ago for a little bit of a lads break for a week away, and we got to the airport and we didn't book the transit thing with the company because we were like, oh, we'll just get a taxi when we're there.
Oh, we did that with Tui.
Somebody, yeah, we didn't do it anyway. So we went there, got out the airport, walked out the airport, and I mean like a metre out of the airport because we were getting like a price for the taxi inside. They were saying this much to such and such. And I was like, okay, let me just see what it's like outside and I'll come back. We went outside, asked for this taxi. This guy came, he was like missing an eye, had a limp, and like just he basically looked like he should be living in a cave and doing a video with a bloke in a hood underneath him and a big knife at his neck. I was just like, I think I'm going to go back inside and get the person wearing the nice blue polo neck who's probably equally dodgy in a different way, but I might not die with them.
Yeah.
Like, I might just get ripped off. And tried to go back into the airport. We got guns pointed at us.
What?
Yeah, and I'm not kidding you. We didn't leave sight of the doorway. We were literally within 10 minutes of it the whole time. And we tried to go back inside. They threatened us with guns and said we couldn't go back in.
Where was this? The airport?
At the airport. Once you leave those doors, you are not allowed back in that airport. They will kill you.
You got outside the doors?
Yeah, we walked out the doors, literally, and the taxis were all right there outside the doors. And all I did was try and turn around after speaking to this guy for like 2 minutes to walk back inside to talk to the other guy. He would not let me back in.
Wow.
And he said, I just want to go talk to the taxi guy. He's right there. I could see him. He was like 20 feet away. And they got mad and pointing guns at us.
It's crazy.
So then we ended up getting in the car with the guy with one eye and a limp. Right?
I bet he's really humble, wasn't he?
No.
Oh.
He grunted at us about where we were going. We chucked our bags in the boot. And then we sat in the car, and my mate's a big Yorkshire lad.
Yeah.
You'll have seen him on my Instagram. If I go riding with him, it's Mark, big Yorkshire boy. And we sit in the back, and as we both sit in the back, we both look at each other, and we both gave each other the look of, if we're about to get kidnapped, you ready to go down fighting? Is like, nod. Yeah, we gave each other the, are you ready to go down fighting?
Take the laces out your shoes like
yeah,
this.
Yeah, we were honestly, it was the, are you ready to go down fighting before death nod? We're like, yeah. And then as we're driving, like you said, it starts with these roads that are all newly built, but don't seem to go anywhere because there's no turnings.
Yeah.
And they're just straight. And then the lights are there, and then suddenly nothing. And it's darkness and desert. And then this dude brings out a mobile phone from the 1990s. Lights up this green screen on it with, pixelated green screen. And start just suddenly texting on this phone whilst driving. Me and my buddy look at each other like, oh, this is going down. We're getting done over here. We're getting done. Like, we're driving into the darkness. There's nothing around. There's no lights in the distance. We're just getting taken into the middle of something. They're going to try and rob us.
Yeah.
Or, we're all going to end up on a news report. And all the way through, and then he starts getting phone calls. Like, jihadi. You know what I mean? And we're just both there, just looking at each other like, right, you grab him by the eye. I'm going to stab his other eye out. I don't care. You bite his balls, Mark. I don't care. You're going to bite the ball. Bite the balls. We're going down fighting. Yeah. And no, got there completely safe. Yeah, and absolutely fine. But honestly, felt like we were.
Yeah. This is the thing with Egypt.
It's so sketchy.
It's like Egypt, it just looks so dodgy, but it's not. Like
it is.
No, but they're actually really nice people. Like we got this tour guide, and literally, he was just. It just seemed dodgy because he said, it's 6,400 Egyptian pounds. So that's
they're constantly trying to rip you off.
It's like 300 something pound. I was thinking, what? And he said, it's going to cost you an extra £10 fee to get into a certain place. And he's like, give me the money now, and he'll be here tomorrow at 5 a.m. And I was just like, this is so dodgy. And I thought, I'm going to have to trust it. Because it was go to Luxor and see all the tombs. But it's beautiful. But like, besides that, I was like, okay, cool.
Are you right there? I'm right.
Little bit of beta gas.
A little bit of beta gas.
But basically...
Do you know what helps that? Another sip of whiskey.
Yeah, I will in a minute when I stop burping. But all I might put some coke in it.
Swear to God, I'll bite your balls.
Anyway.
Right, go on. Get back to you're in a tomb.
No, we gave him the money, and he goes, tomorrow at 5 a.m. I'll WhatsApp you saying the taxi driver's here. And I was thinking,
And again, this WhatsApping you thing,
yeah,
it's just, I'm going to get kidnapped.
I just thought, this is so dodgy, man. And I get a message at 4 a.m. No, 4:30 saying, your taxi's outside. I'm thinking, it's all legit. So we get in a taxi. He just takes us to Luxor. We meet our guide. in Luxor. It was the best experience ever.
Yeah.
Like,
No, as a general rule, they are genuine people.
Oh, brilliant.
And they want you to have a good time, so you tell other people to use them and
it's
all
amazing.
that.
But she was private.
But WhatsApp is the choice messaging service for kidnappers and deviants.
There's no emails these days with them. But overall, it's a brilliant experience. Like the tombs are amazing. It just seems dodgy. Like when you go into the tomb, there's a guy in there, and like there's a cage door, and he goes towards the door when you go in there. And I'm thinking, fuck this, man. I said I could
Well,
go.
that's to stop people going in and robbing shit.
I just stand next to the door like this, taking it all in. Like I ain't walking in there because you can. I don't know. You get a bit paranoid.
Did you go into any of the? Oh no, you went to Haggadah, didn't you?
Haggadah, right?
Haggadah, which is, if you don't know, it's on the coast of Egypt, and you're out in the mountains, aren't you? There's nothing else really there.
Yeah, be careful with Haggadah if you book Callaway because they tell you about 10 kilometers away from the Haggadah city, town, whatever. But we're about 100 kilometers away.
Wow. They missed a zero.
Yeah, that's not. A lot of people got misinformation about it, and then literally when we left, you had to get a coach or taxi to Haggadah. We didn't go down. We went to Luxor instead. But it's weird because you got this like 5-star hotel,
Which it has to be because it's in the buttfuck nowhere.
in a desert.
Yeah.
It's just dirt everywhere, and it's just like it's just weird. And then you go out, and you see these weird houses in the desert that's half.
Yeah, they look
built.
like they made of pottery, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. It's like you just think this is like when you end up that far, you're not actually taking in Egypt when you're over there. You're just chilling out in the sun. But
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
good
go
that you
out
did the
there.
trips though to see the important things. The problem is if you go and see the pyramids, it's surrounded with garbage, and you can literally see a McDonald's in the distance.
Oh, I heard about that.
It's you're just like, really? Is this what we've done to these amazing architectural discoveries? We put a McDonald's near it, and somebody's using nappy. Awesome. Like, I'm sure the gods are looking down on us now favorably, as a plague of locusts just come. Lotus flowers. Plague of lotus flowers. Just evil lotus flowers.
Plague of plastic just flying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. We do just wreck stuff like that. But again, they're all making money from it. That's the problem. But
Overall, though, the experience was amazing.
I would say,
brilliant people.
if you're going to go I would go to Haggadah. Do not go to Sharm el Sheikh. Jesus Christ. It's like Blackpool on steroids.
Is this completely different?
It's awful. And your hotels are run down because they have Sharm el Sheikh. Literally, it's like this sea-fronted Blackpool style thing, and it's probably 10 minutes away from all the hotels, so everyone goes in there. You can go get food there and do all that kind of stuff, but the people harass you like you wouldn't believe. Like, we nearly got in a fight within 10 minutes of getting there because this guy harassed us as we crossed the road to even get in. He would not leave us alone.
You told me about this, didn't you?
And they will pull you into stores, and all the stores are like a Scooby-Doo hallway. So it's when they're running down a hallway in Scooby-Doo, it goes like plant plot, ticking clock, sideboard, door, plant plot, ticking clock.
It's
like
repeated
that.
itself.
It's the same there. Every store selling the same. I don't know how any of them make any money, and they all try and rip you off when you go in. And this is what I was saying. I hate bartering. Just give me the goddamn price. Tell me what your price is. If it's the best one, I'll buy it from you. If it's something I want, don't tell me this £8 thing is worth 80, and then make me barter you down to £6.50 from 80. It's retarded.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
I spent a lot of money out there.
Who is paying the 80? Like, why do you even try it? Just dumbass. Just go along, see what everyone else is selling it for, and just sell it for 50p less.
Well, have you seen their sales technique? Some are brilliant, but this is what happens.
Some of them get genuinely, what? You should have used it.
No, he just holds up like a robe.
Holds up his robe showing his penis.
No, the one he wants you to buy.
A robe?
Not what they called. What they wear. It's a robe, isn't it?
There is a word for it. I'm not going to say. I've got tunic in my head, and that's wrong. Tunic's what they used to wear.
Anyway, the fro, yeah? The fro. I can't remember what the word is, but
They're shabalaba.
they
So,
hold
yeah,
up
they
like
hold
this,
up their
yeah?
shabalaba.
This
Yeah.
guy was scary as shit.
Did they go like, oh, shabalaba?
No, but this guy was scary as shit. So we got half into Luxor. He goes to the taxi driver goes, listen, guys, don't buy anything from these people. I was like, why? He goes, they're gonna rip you off, man.
Yeah.
And then you walk in, yeah. The toilets you have to pay like $5 Egyptian to get in and have a shit in a shithole. There's literally, it's not a 5-star toilet. You're paying to shit.
To poop in a hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's literally a hole in the floor.
some
No?
are, yeah,
Yeah.
some, but it's just a shithole pretty much. And then you come out, and then this guy like this. He looks so scary, like he's scared the shit out
So
of
he's holding up a robe like a ghost,
just holds
shouting,
us up.
shabalaba.
No, he doesn't even speak. You make eye contact with him, and he just walks over. It's like his legs doesn't move; he just hovers over like this, and he just moves around like this. But then, like, he just trying to sell it you, and he goes, "Oh, you want to buy?" And I'm just like,
No.
"Fuck off!"
Yeah, they're weird.
But they're scary because and then
Did you steal the steroid sauce?
The what?
No, you won't have seen it there, will you? That's the other thing Sharm el Sheikh has. Endless amounts of pharmacies selling everything you could think of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's all legal over there.
What are they selling?
Everything. All the drugs.
drugs?
Not amphetamines and stuff, but like all the steroids, all the growth hormone.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah,
Could you imagine?
over the counter. But that's why a load of guys go over there for holidays. They bring it all back in their suitcase.
Wouldn't it be dodgy though? Like literally.
No, it's where it's made. Loads of it. Egyptian stuff's apparently really good. Well, look at all the Dubai lot and all that from over there, Saudi.
Yeah.
It's like a similar kind of vein to that, I think. I don't know anyway. But yeah, I remember seeing that. And they all have like pictures of Ronnie Coleman outside their stores and stuff. And just so they're
I've
literally
seen that.
advertising it.
It's some gyms. It's just like this absolute elite bodybuilder in there.
I used to have a buddy that went over there and would just load his suitcase up and come back and sell it on.
What? So what?
The gear.
Really?
Yeah.
How much you reckon? How much did you make? Do you reckon?
I think 3 times what every boy.
So you just bring it over here? No, bat an eyelid about it.
Well, he just they chucked it in a suitcase, and I guess because it's not a cocaine or anything, there's no sniffer dog sniffing out testosterone, is there?
Well, we couldn't take water through the terminal, so we got
No, but you put your main suitcase in the hold, haven't you?
yeah.
So that's where they put it.
It was just weird. They said you can't take water across the terminal.
And because it's legal there to buy the things over these counters. It's legal for them to sell it. So it's not illegal for you to buy it there and take it out of their country. It's only illegal once it gets to England to come over into our border. It's not illegal to buy it there and bring it back. It's illegal to bring it back over our border.
So what happens when you go through our terminal?
Well, they just carried the suitcase through like it was a normal
Oh,
suitcase.
okay.
And didn't say, do you have anything to declare? Yes, I've got a boatload of gear in my suitcase. They just avoided that temptation to say,
I've got low T.
a grand's worth of substances in my suitcase.
It's like the fag show, isn't it? When they bring over all the.
But I mean, sure, come on. It's not. How you're not going to be able to police that, are you really? You're just not.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, going back, leaving Egypt, going back to the UK.
Yeah.
On their side of the terminal, they're rough. Like they're like, and this guy tried to walk. The guy pushed him back. Take your watch off.
Oh yeah, no, dude.
I was like,
guns in my face for trying to walk back in.
Yeah.
Actual guns.
You get to the UK, you think, oh, what was nice about UK was. It's just the airport because they were more. The customer service was spot on. Right there, don't give me
You
a shit.
appreciate it.
He goes, ticket, bye. I'm like, why? He goes, bye. I think in his head he thinks that's friendly. He's just like, bye, Felicia. I don't see you, mate. When they don't. It's a different world. It's nice to experience stuff like that though, because he does. When you come back, you're a bit like, you know what? I actually appreciate traffic light.
Yeah,
I
I'd
like
say one
lights.
thing if you do go to Egypt, one thing to do is the diving there. I did my paddy course over there, and it is beautiful. There's some diving spots there, and I did it in Hugadagadega, and there's some real nice spots there, dude. But one of the funny things. Well, I got a funny story from the diving. Went to Egypt, went to do my paddy course. So that is where you learn to dive up to, I think it's like 10 meters, free diving, not free diving, but diving on your own, no one holding your hand, nothing going on. But you learn to do all the breathing and all that kind of stuff with your apparatus in the pool before, and then you go off on the boats and you do different dives. And there's loads of really cool ones out in Egypt. Like there's one called the fishbowl, because the way the currents run, it literally kind of circumnavigates this one area. So it leaves this circle of just life in the middle of these 2 really strong currents.
Okay.
And it's full of thousands of these triggerfish and turtles and everything. It's mad. Beautiful thing.
You just walk along the seabed.
No, you're diving. So
you
you
just
fins on paddling, like swimming along.
Oh,
with
because
your
what
flippers
we
and-
saw just walking at the bottom.
You have to be weighted, I think, to do that.
Oh, okay.
I think that's like a remedial level of diving. That's like just
Okay.
yeah. So because when you dive, you have to have a buoyancy thing on. So you have to. One of the tricks when you're diving is to have control of your buoyancy. So it's like your swim bladder, like a fish would have, but we don't have that. So you have this. You have weights on you, which you help us keep you able to sink when you need to a little bit quicker. But then you have a buoyancy. Your jacket inflates and deflates a little bit at a time. So then obviously you can keep yourself on a nice level and hovering. The idea is that you don't sink or rise.
Yeah.
But obviously, as you go deeper, the pressure changes, so you have to adjust and make sure your buoyancy stays good.
Oh, so it's sort of that's just like
It's where a lot of people
like a steering thing, like
Well, it's
a weight.
Yeah, so you've got weight versus buoyancy. So you've got the air versus the weight you're
That's-
carrying plus your body weight. Obviously, your body wants to rise at certain, because if some people sink, like I'm a sinker, whereas if someone who's a bit like got more body fat on them, they're gonna float more, so they're gonna need more weight to hold them down. They're gonna they require less buoyancy to go up, whereas I'm gonna require more to keep me up, and less to keep me down. So that's like a balance in itself, and a lot of people struggle with that because they'll suddenly start just like shooting off up or sinking down too quick, and that's bad because you don't want to do that when you're diving, because especially if you're going deep, because you can depressurize too quickly and get the bends and all that kind of thing, nitrogen bubbles in the blood. But that's only if you're coming up from deep though, so it's not too much of that to worry about.
Yeah.
But I got it pretty quick, and the dude who was taking us, right, he, imagine this, so he was a ginger guy, so you've already got a look in your head, yeah, in Egypt, and he's ginger, 40-degree country, ginger.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Worst nightmare.
Yeah. So he's quite freckly.
All the gingers just logged off now. Like, just X off the video. Like, that's it. We're done. Unsubscribe.
They won't have logged off. They'll love all this because they'll be trapped in the room out of the sunlight, won't they? This will be their only freedom. This will be the only description of the tears away. Describing the outside world to me. Carry on. It's so beautiful. Anyway, so no, but you need to know he's ginger just for the other reasons. One, okay, so he's a bit freckly, but ginger, but bald. So he didn't have ginger hair because he was shaved.
Yeah.
Shaved stubble, but pretty bald. Yeah, shaved down. But then he had this awesome tash, like goatee tash thing coming off. But ginger, remember? So he's white with this ginger tash.
Say that back.
So big, fat, good one as well. You know, like not paedophile tash, proper one.
Proper curled
like
up.
walrus,
Is it like
a proper walrus-esque
Yeah.
tash. Yeah. His diving outfit, not a diving suit, like a wetsuit, like you would think. No. Think more like old school WWF wrestling onesie. You know, where it's like a vest on the top and then shorts on the bottom, but it's all a one. So he's in that. And then he had these fins, right, which must have been about this long. Like a normal flipper's this length kind of thing.
Yeah,
which is about 2 feet? His must have been about 4 feet long and split. So these things, man, he did like one kick and went like 12 meters, just like woof. But he would dive with his hands across his midsection like this.
Yeah.
And he had a little pot belly and skinny legs. So he's a typical bloke. So pot belly, skinny legs, skinny arms.
It's the crackhead body like
so,
this.
Like this. No, but he wasn't skinny. He was a bloke. He was an average sized built bloke because he was diving and stuff. So, you know, he's normal. Just a bloke from the pub, the happy bloke from the pub kind of thing, but not fat, but pot belly. So imagine he's got tash, ginger, big goggle mask on now as well, remember, so you can't really say all you've got is his tash, him hands on his chest like this, in his black onesie thing with his other, and these massive fins, and he would just kick and go down, but he looked like an otter. So he would come blasting past you with this grin on his face that you can see behind his breathing apparatus, happy as anything, and he'd just go boom and give you a little thumbs up and be like boo, and then zip just jump off and go with this happy little otter just playing like
his whole body's fit.
But he saw that I picked up the buoyancy thing and everything quite quickly. Now, but you always dive in pairs because you're supposed to watch after each other. Now, at the time, I was there with an ex-partner, and so she was diving, but I loved the diving, and I was able to control my breath really easily, which meant I went through my tank quite slowly. Whereas some of the people down there who were a bit more nervous, were breathing a bit heavier, they'd chew their tank up in like 15 minutes. And it was really frustrating the first few times because we would all come up as a group. But I'd be like, dude, I got a quarter of a goddamn tank left. What are we coming up for? But it's because Fatso McFatty had like freaked out because they'd seen a crab. And then we all had to go up. The guy quickly cottoned on that, one, I was really good at maintaining my oxygen levels, and he was like, it wasn't just a few more minutes you'd have had down there, I'd have had 10 more minutes down there.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was like, okay, on the next, when they need to go up, what we're going to do is split you, so you're going to be able to stay down. So I was like, cool, so I've got my time. So I started venturing off, doing little things. I'd go and find like, you know, we'd swim in the areas, but then I'd find like a lionfish, and because I had the buoyancy thing down, I was like upside down, looking under this rock, just staring, and I can just watch things for ages. So I would just be hovering there, upside down, just staring at these lionfish, watching them, like, and then I wouldn't realise I'd been doing this for like a good few minutes, and I'd tottered off like 30, 40 feet away from the rest of the group at this point. So I would like turn around, and I would see this little shadow hovering in the water, who was the person, my partner I was diving with their arms crossed, just sat staring, giving me dagger eyes through the ocean, just being like, and literally, because you can't talk, they're pointing at me, they're pointing at their feet, going, you here now. And I come like whipping back over, and then the little otter would go past going, boom, you enjoy that? You're like, pwee, off you go. Yeek. I had just the best time. And he was great because he would stay down with me.
So this guy, was he on holiday or was he?
No, he was the instructor. So he was the guy taking us down. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, he was the guy teaching us to do everything. But he ended up staying down with me, pretty much just me and him by the end of it. My tank lasted the longest. Yeah. And my partner at the time would get fed up after 15 days. So I've had enough now. I was like, no, I'll be all day. Like, I loved it. So I even got told off underneath the ocean for just procrastinating with fish.
I learned sign language underwater.
Yeah, I got told off. Yeah. Oi, wanker here now. Yeah. But such a great experience.
We had one when we went snorkeling. This is hilarious because they took us snorkeling. Well, this gave us these masks. So obviously snorkeling straightforward. Just breathe through the hole, yeah? In your mouth, bite, breathe, right? Mm-hmm. So I jump in the water, yeah, all confident.
What, went under?
No, just the swimming, yeah. And I go, right, cool, I see these fish then, yeah. So I put the finger in my mouth and go down. I just swallowed. It didn't fit.
What'd you breathe in for?
What? Because you got the mask on, haven't you?
Well, you were under the water.
Yeah, but your head's on the water, but you got
you still had your snorkel out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I had it in my mouth, but it didn't fit. Like the seal didn't fit in my mouth, whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah. Just swallowed a year's worth of salt. Yeah. I come up like I was going and I was going and I was throwing up your ass, and I was dying. But we said to the guy, listen, we paid him to make a video of us in the water. So then he's like this, so I'm like, oh shit, he's recording. So I went, okay. I went, underwater, yeah. I was like, yo, bro. Yeah. And I was doing all this stuff. And then all you see after, like, he still records me. And then you see me doing this, yeah, trying to survive.
Freaking out at the top.
My legs are like a frog. But I was thrown up in the water, and everyone around me was just like casually just snorkeling. Everyone's on the water, and I was just dying like this. I was thinking, this is fucking shit, man. How is everyone doing this? Yeah. So I put the mask back on. I couldn't get the handle of it. And then, but basically, guy comes over, goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "Listen, the mask does not work. It's not me, I swear." So he gives me some mask. This is about 20 minutes in. I'm like, oh my god, this is how you fucking do it. But because I had so much salt in my system, my lips were dry, my tongue was dry. I thought I was bleeding, so I was just like tending to enjoy it. Yeah, and then I saw the boat, and I was like, fuck that. I said, I'm getting out. This lady was holding like the ladder like this because she was scared. I said, move. I got off. Yeah, I was just chilling water like this. Yeah, and I sat there like fucking heaving over the boat, going, fuck, this is shit, man. Never doing this again. But then we went to the second one after like.
Oh yeah, you stops, don't you?
Yeah, rehydrating and everything. Oh, it's awful feeling. Like I thought I was just dying. I thought I'm just gonna die.
You went in a cool guy, came back up a seagull.
Yeah, I threw up. I tried to survive. But to be fair, when you're choking and you're in the sea, it's quite scary because it's just waves constantly hitting you in the face, yet you can't.
Have you ever been in a situation in the sea where you thought, "Oh, I might die"?
Yeah, that day.
No, I mean, I did it once when we were in Spain. Got to this beach, and obviously, when you're in a foreign country, you don't know kind of what the sea's meant to be like or anything, because we've got Cornwall here. Cornwall, our seas are notoriously wavy. The constant tides in and out, quite heavy, and quite turbulent seas. We rarely have a flat ocean, do we? We always have a tide coming in. There's always waves crashing. Mm-hmm. Well, so I went to Spain. Found this beach, wasn't too many people on it, and waves were crashing in and all that. I was like, yeah, lovely. And I saw this boy out in as in not a little boy, like not like that. I saw this lovely little fella.
I saw this poor man start swimming. He was drowning, man. He had his little snorkel on.
I saw the boat boy thing, these markers out in the sea, and let's say it's as big. To me, like when you look at it out in the sea, it's this lighter. It's the size of this lighter to you. You're stood on the beach, yeah? So I was like, all right, I'm going to swim out to that, and then I'll swim back. That'd be a good workout for the day, that will.
Knowledge.
Yeah, so that's how big it is when you look at it, yeah? This big. The lighter in your eye, yeah? I swam out to this boy, right? This motherfucker was as big as this room, dude. It was so big. I thought when I got there, it would be like, touch it, hug it, get back. I thought it was a small thing. Dude, it was the size of a Volkswagen, maybe bigger, right? I turned around to look where the beach was after being like, a bit difficult that was. Turned around. The people on the beach were like ants. Shit. Little ants. I was like, oh my God, I'm quite tired. Okay, here we go, Lex. I can see my partner at the time, like, this little dot had gone from lying down on the beach to being stood firmly at the edge of the sea, trying to see where I was, which I later found out was because where I was, every time a wave came, I would disappear behind the wave, and they would only see me again when the wave crashed to show me in the distance.
Yeah.
So I set off swimming back, front crawl, off I go. I'm an awesome human swimming, power swimming. Da 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 da. Ooh, shoulders a bit burny. Whew, how far have I got? 3 meters. Dude, I was swimming against the current. No wonder I got out to this bloody boy.
Yeah, you know, the boys are still here.
Mate, I went head in, went until you burn. You have to roll onto your back a little bit. Turned around, and I'm not joking, mate. I got about probably 50 feet from this boy. I turned back at the beach. Everyone's still an ant. I looked at it and I went, uh-oh. In my own head, I was like,
yeah, he did.
oh, I might be in trouble here. And next to me, all there is on the side is rocks. Huge rocks that the waves are crashing against. Like I'm not in the middle of it either. I'm not in the middle of the ocean where it's like left to right, it goes on. It's crashing huge jagged rocks because it's like a cove thing. And the current is pulling me into the rocks as well as away from the beach.
Wait, when was this?
Oh, years ago. A few years ago. Quite a few years ago.
In Cornwall?
No, we're in Spain now.
Oh, in Spain.
I'm used to Cornwall. That's why. So, yeah, we'll get to that. Remember, we're used to waves and being out in the waves. So I'm used to that, even as a kid going out bodyboarding.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So, honestly, I, as a man, remembered what you do as a kid. You know, when you're in the pool and you're knackered and they call it sculling. Do you remember this? You lie on your back and literally just with your hands.
I do not remember.
Like a little upside down little dolphin. You just do this with your hands. It's called sculling. So like you're just pushing little bits of water away, like
on your back,
and you kick at the same time. And it's a really low energy way of just slowly ebbing your way in a certain direction. Dude, I sculled my way like a man back to that beach until I was within about, 30 meters of the beach, and then turned back into front crawl. And then came onto the beach. Did my best, like, Bond walk out of the water, like, yeah. She's like, oh my God, you've been gone ages. You all right? Like, yeah. Good workout, that. Yeah, like walking out. As I walk past, I'm like, yeah. Oh my Jesus, freaking Christ.
Yeah. I'll drink whiskey,
mate,
about Kirk.
Honest to God, I prayed to Buddha, to Allah, to the spaghetti god in the sky on that way back. Just let me get to a point away from the rocks where I'm not going to get smushed into tuna.
Just a quick one. Right, I've never fucking heard of that before.
Sculling.
Drop a comment if you heard of what's it, sculling.
Sculling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. I just lie on my back and go like this.
Yeah, but it's more the movement. It's not. Yeah, no. It's smaller. Your hands are by your side. It's just your hands like this, and you just go like you push the water away like that really quickly, like this.
You learned that.
Just
do
this.
Did you?
Yeah, sculling.
Wow, I didn't know.
It's like a survival thing.
That's scary though, isn't it? Being like
But
that far.
when I was in that water doing it, and when the sculling started working, I've never had so much relief for such a gay little movement in my life. Like it was so funny. I was like, it's what? Yeah, I'm a survivor. Like just the gayest little thing you've ever seen.
It's like algebra. I never use this shit in real life. Oh my fucking God.
So
no, what's funny is everyone's like, what the fuck is that guy doing?
Yeah, what? Yeah,
is he drowning?
Yeah, well, this is it. By the time I got back, there wasn't just my partner there. There were like 3 other people watching because she'd run over to get help.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've been gone a while, dude. Yeah, I think it was like a 45-minute turnaround. So when I get back in, so I didn't realize I was such a fuss made. So I was like manning up, like just.
Yeah, man. Just,
honestly, when you get in and you kind of talk but can't breathe at the same time, it was like talk or breathe.
Like,
so I was trying to hide it, like yeah, you know.
Oh, was it that bad?
Oh, dude, I was done, like cramping, everything. It was bad, and I remember being in the sea and thinking, and I had there was that moment when I understood the meaning that when nature decides, you have no say in it. Like if the sea wanted to just take me, there was nothing I could have done about that. If I'd have got caught in a riptide at any point there, I would have just gone. Zhoof. Nothing I could have, and I was like, I've had it a couple of times when I've been out surfing and stuff, but nothing like that where I would literally put all of my human might into getting somewhere and I would not move. Like it would just be like, no, you've just stayed where you are. And then I'd stop and suddenly everything I'd done would start going negative. I'm going the other way. So scary.
I bet. Yeah, but literally just, you got to do what you got to do then.
Yeah, you got to scull it up. You flip onto your back and you scull it up
well,
like
you hear
a 12-year-old little kid.
Scully lad. Oh, fuck yeah.
But here's the thing. So because we go to Cornwall Waves, we came back the next day. The sea, dead calm.
Oh, standard.
Not a wave in sight. And I found out I'd been out on a day where people were not meant to go in the sea. But because we're from Britain and we got Cornwall, I was like, must be a normal day. Nope.
The sign was, you see that boy over there? That means don't swim in the ocean.
It was, dude.
I'm gonna swim
it
to
was
it.
this big when I looked at it.
So
it was
funny.
the size of this room when I got to it.
Oh shit.
That was when I had you know, when I got there and I thought, oh, I've underestimated this.
Oh man. So what's
Yeah.
that got to do with Cornwall?
What's what?
What's that got to do with Cornwall?
Because in the sea in Cornwall is always wavy. So I was like, well, it's just a normal
So,
day in
you're
the
just
sea.
used to
But
it,
in
yeah.
Spain, the sea is flat, dead.
So that's
Where I
normal.
was, that's
Okay.
a normal day. Like it's quiet like a lake.
Do you think it's mad though how fucking hot the sand is?
Yeah.
When I went to Tenerife.
Also, can we just all agree that sand is shit?
No, it's alright.
Oh, come on, bro. It gets everywhere.
No,
You
the
can't
worst
ever really
wet-
get it
wet
off. You find it
sand,
3 years
you put your
later.
Socks on. That's the most disgusting feeling ever. When you got sand in your toes, you put your socks
And
on.
also, who was the person that decided to put the foot cleaner right next to the pissing toilets? Where you get
Oh yeah.
pissy smell. Ugh.
The funny story about sand is like, went to Tenerife, first time abroad.
I've never been.
And like over there, it's alright. It's we did a lads holiday, so it's just more of a piss up.
I think
But
there's
a lot of
spider
people go
in my
there,
trouser.
so it'd be nice to go there with a different mindset.
I think there's a spider crawling up my trouser leg. It's inside my trouser
No,
leg. It feels
I've
something
got to go.
crawling up my
I've just
legs.
been a pleasure today.
Yeah, there's definitely something in my trouser leg crawling around. Carry on. It's not getting any higher. There's definitely something in there.
Just come out your bit in now.
The question is, how long has he been in there? And now has he only just decided to move now? Because I'm wearing boots that it can't get
Like,
really
is
into.
it- I feel like a proper spider.
Yeah, there's something in
Oh,
there.
bro, you need to leave, man. I can't be showing that. Okay.
What were you saying? Oh, it's really moving.
Nah, bro, I need to go. I can't,
Why?
I can't do
You
spiders.
don't like spiders?
No.
Well,
Just
it's
leave
not
it
coming
in-
out my trouser
leave it
leg
in
to
there.
get you, mate.
Okay.
Clearly, it's
It's a
chosen.
little gay Spider Man. What was I saying? Yeah, so I was at Tenerife, and obviously it's lads' holiday, and I'm walking. I'm like, oh, should we go on this bloody? What's the things you pedal?
Pedalo.
And you sit in it, and it goes around the.
Pedalo.
I don't know what it's called. It's
Yeah.
got a slide on it. You can go off it.
Extreme pedalo.
Yeah, mad peddler, yeah. So there's a peddler over there. I'm like, oh, should we go on there? And everyone's walking along, and I'm thinking, fuck that. It's like a path going to the beach. It's
Oh, yeah.
long
You
as
thought,
shit.
swim it.
Fuck that. So I thought, right, I got barefooted, so I walk across the sand. And I'm like, oh, excuse. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, just fucking legging
became
it.
the
But
Flash.
I'm just screaming my head off. Everyone's looking at me. I'm just running like this. I look behind me. My mate's running behind me. Because the sand is so fucking hot, man. I was like, holy fucking shit,
Yeah,
man.
dude,
I
it's
thought
like-
I had 3-degree burns
it's
on
like-
my feet. It was that hot.
Well, you can do.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I understand why they take the path now. Like, fucking hell.
There's a reason that path
And we
is
went
there.
to Siam Park. Siam?
No, I don't know.
It's great.
sounds right.
It's a massive waterwalk. It's best in the world.
Where is
trust
it?
me. In Tenerife.
Oh, right. I've never been to Tenerife.
Brilliant, like amazing. But it's the same principle. I was used to the hot floor then.
Yeah.
So we all took our socks on. We're walking around to go to the slides. But my mate was like, he's got the weakest feet ever. He's jumping from shadow to shadow around the tennis. He's going, Mitch, man, please, can we go back and get my socks? Can we go? I said, nah, just short, man. I said, just your feet will get used to it. He goes, no, please, can we go get my socks, man? And he's walking
Please,
around.
man, I need my sock, man,
He's
please.
running to like each shadow, trying to like get to travel around the water park.
He's basically playing giant hopscotch.
Yeah, if you've been there, though, it's fucking amazing.
Is
There's
it?
there's a big slide. Like it's like I thought, yeah, I'm a big man. I'm gonna go. First time ever, I'll actually do it first.
Yeah.
And if you and other lads like, yeah, we'll do it. So we walked up to the top. I'm like, oh fucking hell, this is actually very scary. And I'm thinking, well, I've got to act like a big man here.
That's it. That is the thing, isn't it? When you look at it and you know there's a chance when you get to the top, it's going to be scary.
I'm
You think,
thinking,
but you still
because-
just get there like, man up. Oh, do you know? There's a daddy long
That
legs
could
in
have
here
been
now.
it, you know.
That might have been what was on my leg. Yeah.
Yo, I was
Hello,
swinging
daddy. Now,
flat.
do you call that a daddy long legs or do you call that a crane fly?
So now I call it a non-binary.
A non-binary air.
Got to keep up to date with that, haven't we?
What is it? A non-binary aero.
That will probably be a thing now.
Air-bound object.
You can't say daddy anymore. What was I saying?
Oh, you're on a slide trying to man it up.
Yeah, so I'm there. What happens is you got this. Well, I'll talk because people can't see this. You literally take 1 millimeter
What?
forward and you just yeet straight down. You disappear. Yeah,
Into a hole?
into the slide. The slide is actually vertical.
Is it one of those where it's an open slide?
Yeah.
It's a big drop one.
It's
oh
fucking-
yeah.
yeah, but you're
If you
high.
mistime those, you slam.
Oh really?
Yeah, because if you
Oh,
step
yeah,
out
yeah,
too
yeah,
far, you then catch it like halfway
Yeah.
down and slam.
Fuck, it's scary shit. So I'm there, yeah. about to go, and I'm thinking, oh man, I should have done this first. I'm thinking, oh, you know what?
You went to that first. Straight to it.
I think I've got to be a big man here because these guys fucking are probably laughing.
Yeah.
Turn around, they're all looking down at me.
They're all doing the same.
And I was like, oh, thank fuck
You
for
all
that,
give each
man.
other the nod.
But I went,
We're doing this, boys.
Yeah, you lie in it, and I'm just like, oh shit. And then you push it, and you literally, it's like being in space. You go down, yeah, or I just go, I lost all the air in my lungs, yeah, and then you go, there's a shark tank you go under,
Yeah.
in this tunnel, and
That's cool.
and you skim, you come out like a pebble.
Yeah. That's a good slide. If you pebble out the end of
Yes.
it, that's a good slide. If you slop out the end, crap.
Oh, you've never done it. You come in, you smack your balls off the fucking water. And that's what happens. And you get out like,
But you gotta walk
everyone's
out like a
watching
man.
it. You're like, yeah, that's it. And you walk off like, oh my god. But like, then my mate did it, and I know how scary it is, so I was watching him at the top thinking I was laughing. And my mate Nat did, and he's got a massive head. So I was like, but you go into a tunnel. So I was like, if he looks up, he's going to knock himself out. All you see, he just goes down, looking down like this, and I'm thinking, no, I'm going to come out dead.
You just smack his head off the
Yeah, but you can feel their buzz at the end, and they loved it, man.
But you have to like regain your balls at the top to have them taken away at the bottom.
Yeah. You sit in your balls.
I do love water slides, man. They're great. There was one in France, in the south of France we went to, and it was called the Rapids, and you went down on a ring. You know, the big inflatable ring. But that thing had zero health and safety. Like if you came out of your ring on that side, it fucked you up. Because underneath was just jagged plastic mounds, because that was what created the rapid.
Yeah.
So, and it would throw you all out, and it was huge, this thing. You'd be on it for like 15, 20 minutes to get down to the bottom in south of France.
Oh, yeah.
In Fréjus.
Wow.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's amazing. And honestly, it's the
Imagine
first...
the amount of pee that you swim around in that day there.
Oh, you just take it, man. Just whatever.
go.
Like
Just
the adrenaline's going.
take
What I'm about to say about adrenaline, it's like the first time that adrenaline hits you. Me and my mate were like, first time on the water slide. It's the first time ever on the water slide, but it's in Scion Park. We're getting them little double ring things, and we're like, yeah, let's fucking go. This is sick. And all you see...
Hang on. Did you set the weight placement right? Did you have the heavy dude at the back?
Yeah, because I was just like 4 stone.
Yeah.
I was like a 4 stone Indian kid. I flew. But literally, you get in, we're like, yeah, and all he hears, and it wasn't quiet the whole way down because the adrenaline hit me. I've never felt that before because I've never been anything like that.
Yeah.
Or he hears, and you go,
just silent.
and we both went quiet on the way down, and I went, bro. Well, let's do it again, bro. And we started running like this, back to the top. We just went,
on like an absolute high.
Yeah, but I've never done stuff like that until I was 21. Like, it was just fucking, I've never felt adrenaline like that. And I was like, wow.
That's mad.
But, because obviously when I just went to Wales as a kid, so all I got was the beaches.
I tell you what, when I did that skydive, that was awesome.
Oh, have you spoken about that?
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, yeah. I need to do a little bit of a plug on this. So the skydive video went up, I don't know, a while ago. YouTube absolutely slammed it and showed its no one, like at all. And the title is, because the reason I did this skydive is for a little lad, Arthur, who is suffering from leukemia. So the reason to do the skydive was to raise money for his family to help with treatments and everything that's going on. And the sad news is, Arthur beat the leukemia, and then 3 weeks later it's come back. So the video is up and the links are there for his GoFundMe page. Please go and check it out. We have raised over £7,000 for him so far, which is amazing. I want to thank everybody who's given anything and everything. Some amazing people. One of you guys following me gave over £200 in one lump to get us over the £7,000 mark.
That's amazing.
So you are incredible. And just as well, everybody who's given anything that they could give, whatever they could give, it all makes a huge difference. Because basically what happens is if it comes back and the original chemo didn't do the job, he's now under a very harsh, intense chemo treatment to hopefully clear his system for a bone marrow transplant. But if the chemo doesn't clear his system, he can't have the bone marrow transplant, and that is basically it on the NHS. But it is not it for private side of things. So now the money is going to be very important to make sure this little boy gets every chance to fight this thing.
Private side,
So the skydive, as amazing as it was, I did it because it was something that was going to scare me, and I wanted to do something that would, had a meaning to it. Like, I put myself through some things to get something for this guy little lad who's going through something. Like, But honestly, a skydive is one of the most surreal things you will ever do. It is bizarre. But I had that same thing of not being able to breathe. And I wasn't ready for it. But you're falling at 140 miles an hour. And I was okay, well, I've done 150 odd on a motorbike.
So what was
but
going
I'm in
through
a
your
helmet.
head when you're like...
What I didn't think was you don't have a
Savage.
helmet on when you're falling 140 miles an hour. So when we jumped out, you fall out looking up and then you immediately tip forwards. The whole world just... Oh, sorry, bash the mic. The whole world goes from sky, suddenly to earth, and then you go and then your feet are above you, and then all of a sudden your feet come down and level you out. So the whole thing's like a roller coaster drop to then into a leveled out fall.
Oh, so
but as soon as I leveled out, I went to go, woo, and then realised that no oxygen was making it into my body because it was 140 mile an hour air going past my face. My body just went, no more air for you. Shut off. You know, if when you were a kid, you used to stick your head out the window really quick.
No.
Exactly. What? You never used to stick your head out the car window?
I think it's a
Yeah, and you try and breathe and you go...
I think it's bedroom window.
Yeah, no.
Like, what?
No, you try and stick your head out the car window at a fast pace and try and breathe, and you go... And you can't do it. You have to turn your head away from the air to breathe, and you go... And you stick your head back into the wind. Yeah! And then your mum says, if you keep sticking your head out the window like that and the wind changes direction, your face will stay like that.
You've done that weird hand thing where you go like this.
Yeah, all the time. I do
You're
it on the
like,
bike. I do it on the
whoa.
motorbike when I'm riding. All the time. I do it in the car.
It's not even rocking. It's like, whoa, look at my
Yeah,
head, yo. Oh, shit.
all the time.
Yeah, so you're here then. What's going through your head, yeah? Honestly, I always think...
Well, I was just doing I'm doing this for such a good cause, and I'm so lucky to be able to do this. And then, it was just everything about it was like a big positive for me. And then the dude was so cool going up. Like, he just kept joking about everything. And I kept, every time a little bit of anxiety built up, I would slam it down by just reminding myself, why are you doing this? Do it for little Arthur. That motherfucker's going through way more than you, little bitch. What are you talking about? And two, how lucky this is going to be awesome. And every time it came up, I went, nope, Arthur and awesome. Arthur and awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
And every time it worked, and I did the breathing as well. Every time I started to get a little bit worked up, I just go 5 in, hold for 5, out for 5.
Mm-hmm.
And every time it just calm me down. So every time it went to peak, I'd level it. Peak, I'd level it. And so by the time we went to go out, I was just like, okay, this is it. We're going. And then it's just such a surreal feeling when you're falling. It's not even that scary anymore because it's so out of your knowledge of how you've perceived the earth in any previous way ever that you can't be scared of it because there's nothing to compare it to give you anything to fear. Because you fear speed because you can see a wall going past you, etc. But here, the only thing that happens is you're suddenly going through a cloud.
The only time I know about skydiving is in Warzone.
You
just like... pop, 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 pop,
shoot.
pop. But I bet it's like... You just floating.
It's amazing, but then when they pull the chute, you have like a 4 or 5 minute chill down time to float down. And you can talk like we're talking now because you're falling at 10, 15 miles an hour. That's it.
So when
so there's no noise.
When
As soon as you
start to
pull the
breathe.
chute.
You can't breathe whilst you're falling.
I was going like you with your snorkel.
You literally can't breathe.
Dude, I couldn't breathe at all, but you're only falling for like 30, 40 seconds. I can hold my breath for
And it's
longer than that.
140 miles an hour going down. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked. Ooh, there might have been a blackout. But it's all good. It's not a proper... We know we've had fun when there's a blackout.
Yeah,
Hashtag not racist.
I ain't getting involved in this. Hashtag... What did I say? What is it? Whiskey no coke.
That is good. I like that. Don't make me regret the name of my podcast.
No, it should be called CREWCast Whiskey no
Well, we never...
That's
We started with rums, you know.
Oh. What do you prefer?
Whiskey now. I still love Kraken, which is the original rum I used to drink, but it just tastes like sweeties.
What did I have last time? Was it a skull? It was a skull's head, wasn't it? Do you remember I sat here?
That was Kraken.
Completely fucking out-angled. I was like this.
Yeah, that's why we brought the round table in.
Yeah.
It's much better.
And then you guys are sat here like this, yeah?
It was because it was square, so there was only out angles to be had if you were sat on the side.
I just sat like this, like, hi guys, just come fresh from school. My little Asian body. And you guys like here, drinking whiskey, no coke.
Whiskey.
I can't remember what we were drinking now. It was quite nice, that was. But I'll have to check the podcast, so the last one. Check the last one, can't you?
What was it? Yeah. So Mitch has been on here before. I can't remember what you talked about on the last one. It was probably a bit more serious. Definitely wasn't Egypt slides and.
Well, yeah. I didn't even plan to talk about this. It's completely just.
Well, yeah, it was a fun
That's how
one.
it works, isn't it?
This is how it's gonna be. So
I've just come fresh from Egypt, so it's got loads of story. One more story, actually. This is funny.
Yeah,
This
go
is
on then.
really
We'll end on
funny.
this one.
Yeah, because. Oh, man, I swear. The guys just like, what the fuck's going on? I went quad biking the first time, yeah. Absolutely fine, no issues.
Did they let you rag it?
So there's two excursions. The lads, I got to know the lads because I went snorkeling with him, and they were good mates with him.
Cool.
The second time I went with him, yeah, they're like just pally pal. But when you go with a bigger group, like massive people, it's so shit. You just follow the line at slow speed.
Awful.
But we followed the line with the other guys. It's like 5 of us, and then we just bomb it.
Yeah.
Just bomb it. But the first time we did it, I did it twice. So the first time we did it, it was sick. Yeah, because it's your first time, whatever. Bombing around, no trouble. About 4 days later, I thought I'm gonna go again because it was quite chill. Did it, but I did it on my own with some randomers, and literally, like, you start your quad bike, we get going, yeah, and then this is the first incident. You go up a hill, and you can't see anything above the hill, so all you see, like, we're all in a line bombing it, but we're about 20 meters apart from each other.
Yeah.
And then it gets to your turn, so I bomb up this hill, and then all I see is this quad bike on its own over there, and this lady's over here. I'm like, how the fuck has she fell off, man? And the guys, they all come in over and sort her out, but then they get her back on, but they put her at the back. She can't ride the quad bike anymore, so they get someone to sit with her.
Yeah.
Okay, so they put her with someone.
Why is it always somebody?
Yeah.
Always somebody.
I know,
Like,
it gets
it's like,
worse.
if you fell off a quad bike, you're quite retarded.
Yeah, I
you
don't
should
know.
not be on a
I have no
motorized
idea she fell
vehicle
off
because
that, to be
quads are pretty safe. Like,
Yeah.
they're hard to rock over.
It's standard.
Unless you're like, ooh, what's that? That's a new one. This is what happens when you open windows and
You
they
open
have
your trousers.
lights
leg.
on. They open my trousers, another bug.
That's why he
comes
ties up his
out.
boots now. The second time
flying
I did it though, yeah. So she fell off. Everyone gets back on. Everyone okay, blah, blah, blah. Right? We're bombing it again, but like she's at the back now, so like, oh cool, everyone in front of me safe, yeah. So then there's this lady in front of me, and someone behind me. And then we're all bombing it, and then literally all you see, they're at the top of this hill, and they're all bombing it up, going right, okay? It's her turn, she's in front of me, she bombs it up. The guy's going to like, speed up, because if you slow down, obviously, at a hill, you're just going to go backwards. And in her fucking head, she thinks go straight towards him.
Oh no!
All I see, yeah, in the distance is he's doing this, and he goes this, and he just disappears. She fucking ran him over, man. I sat there going, what the fuck is going on, man? He was like, no, it's like, stop.
No.
Takes him out, yeah.
Oh my
He was
God.
okay somehow, yeah, but they panned her. She was like, they were like, listen, you got to go back, man. Like,
You're
fuck
walking
that.
back.
And I sat there, looked to the back, and said to me, I said, this doesn't normally happen. He goes, no, does it not? I said, no, this is normally quite safe. Just scared the shit out of everyone. But I was like, fucking hell, man. But after that, it was brilliant. But it was literally 5 minutes in, absolute
Brilliant.
shambles.
I did a quad biking when I went over to Dominican Republic, and those boys did not give a monkeys about health and safety.
Yes,
We hit those things. We went through sugarcane fields. We were sliding it around village ruins. We were blasting through actual villages, and then the stop-off points to have like food were in little villages at these huts and stuff, which was really cool. One was like a beach stop-off, but we ragged these. He was like showing us how to power slide them. As this is also like so much like I drove it so hard that my partner at the time, another different one, gone through him, Lex, I broke her back nearly because I was just like ragging it and she was just trying to hold on, but obviously I knew what was coming, she didn't, so he like hit like a bump and a jump.
Yeah.
She wasn't ready for it, so it obviously dipped and jumped. She didn't move, and the quad director just went smacked up underneath her and just like compressed her entire spine, and I'm there going woo, she's screaming, I think she's enjoying life. She's got now like she's got 3 prolapse discs and I'm fist bumping the air.
But do you, when you go to them dips, I just stand up.
Yeah, you stand
Is that what you do?
a little
Yeah,
bit,
I got told off for that though.
Yeah,
No, I
and then
just
you
stood
bounce
with
it
the
and then whoom,
Yeah,
off you go.
it's like just riding the bike.
Like a
but,
jet ski.
Yeah, I bet she fucking.
Yeah,
she
she
wasn't
wrecked.
happy.
Oh, she's ruined for days.
Holy shit!
I had a great
It's
time,
so fun. It's so chill, man. Like especially in the desert, just booming around, man. Like pure chill.
It is beautiful. Did you do anything where you went out and saw the night sky with the tents and stuff? They do that where you go and watch the sunset and then sit underneath the sky and eat food and stuff.
We did.
In like a tent thing, like one of those.
I was just like that. Oh, it's just funny. We did like a safari, and then they take you in the fucking. They take you to this place, you eat, and then you fuck off in the van. But we didn't expect him.
That's in the brochure. That is. We're gonna take you to this tent thing. You'll eat and then you'll fuck off
That's
in a
literally-
van.
but you don't know what the fuck's going on. They're like, oh yeah, go get in the van. You're like, okay, cool. But they take
It's like, look how easy Western folks are to kidnap. Go on, get in the van. We're gonna take you to a tent with something. All right, yeah.
Yeah, they
Everyone in the van.
Yeah, I swear they just took a U-turn. Yeah, see you later. Drop us all.
Yeah.
But in the safari, they go all crazy in that in the van. They just go all these. They honestly, they laugh their head off. Literally, You got a guy in the little van. There's like 6 of us just dying at the back. Yeah, he's just going up down. I swear to God, just going crazy. And then his mate they're all crazy out there. His mate comes out of nowhere, laughing on ha ha ha. Pokes his head through our window, starts taking pictures, and goes back into his van.
He's out of another van into your van.
They went next to each other. They're just laughing at each other. Yeah, but bear in mind, he just got cut in half because obviously how crazy it is. But they're all coming close to us like this, yeah, going ha ha ha, ha laughing their head off.
Like there's no chance of us crashing and dying here, guys.
Yeah, and I sat there going, this does not happen in the UK. But yeah, we did that. We did the buggy, and the buggies were shit because you have to drive super slow with them. But after they take you to this place where there's this belly dance, you all sit in a circle, eat food and that.
Belly dancing's weird, isn't it?
It was a fucking weird experience because
weird.
this belly dancer comes out, yeah. And she's got this big podge belly. Like,
oh, no, mine didn't have the podge, but it's just
she's got
uncomfortable.
this big power gut, yeah.
Power gut.
She started standing like this, yeah. And I said, they've definitely just given her a free pint to do this, yeah. she was just like this, yeah, just doing some random... you know when you're on a night out, yeah, and some weird club, and there's some one girl around just pissed out red just dancing. And like, I was like, what the fuck?
And somebody says, "Oi, Charmaine, do that belly dancing that you really love."
Yeah.
And then gives a nudge to everybody who's near them who they don't even know, going, "Watch this." Because they know full well the shambles of nonsense is about to happen.
It was mad. And then this little guy comes on, he's 4 foot, yeah. Not even joking, 4 foot, but he's got a really big head. Just comes on, yeah. Just comes on, and he just stares and just starts spinning this fucking thing around like a huge frisbee the size of a fucking this big as this table. And then out of nowhere, he just flicks his switches, all his lights come on, yeah. He's just walking around. It's like he's got
lights on him.
Yeah.
So he's in a light suit.
Yes. And it's like he's got a massive pizza dough, like the size of this room, just spinning it around, just walking around the crowds like this, yeah. We'll get pictures of this, he's just spinning it. It was just random as shit, man. But
so you had a drunk bird giving a pint to do a belly dance, then you had Odd Job come out in a light suit spinning a pizza.
There, like, yo, what's up? And I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
That is where we're going to end this episode.
That was brilliant.
Thank you very much for joining me, mate.
Yeah, man, really.
Taking the place of Lou, who hopefully at this point in time has had those breast implants he ever so wanted. And hopefully he keeps his penis in a jar for us all to admire later. And with that being said, I hope you're all having or have had a good week. It's a fresh one ahead of you. So leave behind in the week that has gone what was bad, bring forward what was good, and make it a great week. We'll catch you in the next one. Toodle pip.
That was brilliant.
That was fun.
Oh, man.